Good morning. How is everybody doing today? I see some people already in the chat. Hey Zoe, hi Hadassah, hi Damien, and hi everybody else that I don't see in the chat. If you guys want to, it's the live stream chat. That's where you want to go. I know some people have been commenting in the actual comment section below. I just won't see those until after the show's over. I'm super excited for today's class. We're going to be drawing groups of characters interacting with each other. It's going to get pretty crazy, I would imagine, and I'm here for it. Before we get really started, Slider wanted to say hi. He's literally at my feet. He hasn't moved since I've been getting set up this morning. Hey, buddy. Okay. He's been very mellow today. There he is. Saying hi, Slider? Alright. Yeah, look how big this guy's getting. Huge, right? But, you know who else wanted to say hi today too? Mary Shelley, my other little tortoise. But she's a lot smaller, so she's right here. There's little Mary Shelley saying hi. Say hi, Mary Shelley, everybody. She's got these little cute legs. Mary Shelley. So she was named after the author for Frankenstein because green, Frankenstein, tortoise, kind of like that. But also then she's a total rock star. She's fearless. She doesn't, she just kind of is always like climbing on stuff and she falls down a lot, but it's really cute. And then also Shelley because she's got a shell. I'm going to put her back because I think she was in the middle of breakfast. Okay, so how are you guys doing? Hello. I know she's a little one. Anyway, here we go. Let's get on with our lesson. For anybody that's new, I like to start my classes with a game plan where we go over the top list of everything that we're going to do today. What is Bella? Yeah, she's a cutie. No, not a pun. Don't even. No. That wasn't a pun. I did not unintentionally make one of my tortoises have a punny name. No, definitely not. It was just a joke. It's just a funny spelling. Yes, Zoe, I got your characters. Thank you very much. I'm going to try to add them in at some point when I can do it and not be too distracted. But I'm looking at them right now. They look great. I love the little character that you drew. You've been requesting that we draw characters interacting with each other, but this picture of the guy with the dog, I think it's a guy actually. I think it looks great. I did not make a pun, guys. Don't even look at it. We're starting off on the wrong foot here. I did not make a pun. What I am doing is I'm talking about a morning game plan. And so we're going to start off with the art review. For anybody that sent in artwork, we're going to look at it from the last episodes. And then we're going to do our quote of the day, where I share a quote that gets us into the right mindset for creating. His name is Darius. Oh, okay, gotcha, for your character. And then it leads us right into our morning mindfulness, which really gets us into the right headspace. So we get inspired, then we get into the right headspace for drawing, because that's so important. You don't want to just draw when you're already frustrated, because then a lot of the times you get more frustrated if the drawing doesn't come out how you'd like it to. Then we take it. Then we have two drawing icons. You can see those up top. They're blue, and I'm not going to tell you what they mean, but they're just going to be little teasers for what we're going to be drawing today. Then we have our karate break and another drawing section. And the reason we do a karate break in the middle of the class of the hour is because an hour is a long time to be drawing, and it's important for us as artists to get up and move around. It helps us take a break, step back from what we're drawing, and then come and check it out with fresh eyes. Also, the movement helps us not get too stiff, and that can hurt us long term as artists, especially if you aren't careful with your hands and you don't do stretches. A lot of artists do yoga in the middle of their day just to keep themselves loose and not getting any carpal tunnel or anything like that, where your joints are really stiff. Then we're going to check our morning mail, which is what somebody sent in. It doesn't have to do with last episode's class, but it could just be anything that you guys drew that you wanted to share with everybody else. And then I'm gonna give you guys your challenge of the day, and then we say our goodbyes. And that's it. That is our morning game plan for today. So last week, last week, we did doodling like Dr. Seuss. So right here you can see me. This is again the pose, right? Just like that. That's me drawing on my tablet. And then to my left, you can see we tried to draw Horton from Horton Hears the Who, Dr. Seuss's book. And we did it first with our left hand and then with our eyes closed. And you can see it just gets crazy. And then we did the same thing with the Grinch. And first I did him with his eyes closed. And then I did him left hand and with my eyes closed. And it got real crazy. Yeah, not great drawings, but they're fun and they help us get into like a different headspace of thinking when we're drawing, and helps us kind of like break out of a mold. Because then, honestly, when you draw with your right hand or your dominant hand, it's a lot easier. So you feel like you're a great artist again. And Hadassah and Zoe sent in some awesome drawings. I love it. I love how the Grinch almost has like a pig nose or something. He looks very, that Horton with your eyes closed is magnificent. Hadassah, very nice. And Zoe, these are very like Picasso-esque. And I think the one all the way on the right over there is the Grinch, I think. It looks like the arms kind of like they're going up like that. But yeah, very nice job. And I love how long you drew Horton's nose, his trunk in that one. Very funny. Zoe also sent in an extra drawing, which was of her in the Dr. Seuss format, which I loved. I always love seeing artists and like their desks and their setups too. It's always really cool and fun to see like how they organize and like set up their station. So a really nice job. Oh, that was the Grinch. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, very nice job, you guys. If anybody else wants to send in their stuff, noapontana@gmail.com, or on Instagram, just tag me in it at teacher.noah. If you do Teacher Noah, you get some random, I think, Italian kid who only has like a couple posts. But yeah, teacher.noah is me. And yeah, I'd love to see your work. I just love seeing my students' artwork. It's like my favorite thing. So I follow a lot of you guys, I think, in the chat too on Instagram. Our quote of the day comes from the notorious RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I don't know if you guys have heard, yesterday she passed away, and it was a very big blow because she served as the Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States from 1993 until her death yesterday, 2020. And that's like almost my entire life that she was doing this. And she did amazing work supporting equality and voting, and she just was a rock star and is known as that too in politics, which is cool. Oh, hi Hadassah. Welcome. We're just talking about RBG. And she was asked how she'd like to be remembered, and then she told them she wants to be remembered as someone who used whatever talent she had to do her work to the very best of her ability, and to help repair tears in her society, to make things a little bit better through the use of whatever ability she has, to do something, as my colleague David Souter would say, outside myself. Yes, she was really cool, and I love what she said there too. I've heard a lot of people quote. I think Mr. Rogers had a quote like that too, where he just talks about what our highest calling as people can be, and I think she said it really well. Where she said is to use whatever talent you have to work, to do your work to the very best of your ability, repair tears in society, and make things a little bit better. So whatever talents you have, it doesn't matter if they're singing, it doesn't matter if they're drawing, it doesn't matter if you're, in the Supreme Court Justice, in the United States. Maybe she wasn't a great artist, and she used the talents that she had to the best of her abilities, and I think that's what we should all strive to do, especially as artists too. As artists, we have a huge voice that a lot of people like to look at our art, and we can do a lot of cool things with it. So we're going to take a moment to breathe, take a sip of water, be silent in respect. As we take a moment to breathe, close your eyes and think about your talents you've used to help others. RBG tells us that this should be our ultimate goal with our talents, to make the world a better place for others even after we're gone. This doesn't mean it's going to be perfect, we just have to do our best, and that will be enough. She admits, that she probably could have done certain things better, and that she's definitely made some mistakes just like we all have, but that doesn't mean that you ever should stop or give up. You just need to keep on trying to do your best, and that will be enough. As we move on to the next portion of class, I invite each of you to look at your characters that we draw and see what each of them uniquely brings to the table, just like you do. Just like we all do. We all each bring something very unique to the table. There's nobody ever been born or on this earth just like you. And so, yeah, let's embrace that and embrace our uniqueness. All right. We're going to start off easy with our groups of characters. We're going to draw 2 characters. And let me pull them up right now. Okay. Now these 2 characters, I think you guys should know. Ta-da. Do you guys know who these guys are? Well, obviously their names are right there too. Bill Watterson drew Calvin and Hobbes, and they got into a lot of crazy circumstances. And here's an example of that. He goes, "Whenever I cook an egg, I like to see how high I can crack it above the skillet." So he raises his hand really high. And he goes, "Then I aim with just one eye open, so I don't have any depth perception. It's pretty hard that way." So that's like when you only use one eye, it's hard to see how close or far things are. See, the secret to having fun in life is to make little challenges for yourself. And he goes, "Crack," cracks the egg. And then Hobbes goes, "Like the challenge of explaining the stove and floor to your mom." And Calvin goes, "Rats. See if there's another carton in the fridge, will ya?" And I think this is such a great example. Calvin and Hobbes, yes, I love that you guys know who they are. They're actually named after 2 philosophers, which is funny because even though he's 6, he has very theological discussions with his stuffed tiger, and it's really great. They have a lot of cool conversations. Bill Watterson really uses the comic strip to have a lot of cool conversations with people. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take these 2 amazing characters and we're going to throw them into a situation. So I need you guys to, in the comments, give me a situation. I was thinking, I found this comic strip, it would be cool to see what they would do if they were cooking, but maybe cooking like pancakes or something like that. Something that would be visually really fun to draw. But I'm going to show, we're going to figure out how we can draw them interacting together. And so let me see in those comments and there's a little bit of I think it's like a 30-second delay. So if I don't see it, if I don't call it out right away, that's just because it probably hasn't popped up yet. But give me some suggestions of what we should have them drawing. I'm going to use the 6B pencil. It's under the sketching section in the brush library. It's really nice, and I can use this side of the brush. I can use this side of the brush. It's really nice for making sketches. So we're going to draw Calvin and Hobbes doing something. We're eating pancakes right now. Oh, nice. Have them making a really complicated meal. Oh, attempting to flip the pancakes. Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay, yeah. Like we were looking at with the quote today, do something like ratatouille. Okay. Maybe I'll give them like an apron and like a hat too. Okay, so the trick to drawing multiple characters interacting with each other, and we're going to get into more characters in a little bit too for the second portion of class, but the trick to drawing a lot of characters is to really get into the mindset of what these characters are thinking and doing, and how they would be reacting in that situation. Once you understand the character, then you can easily kind of come up with what they would be doing. Spaghetti and meatballs. Okay. Sorry, I was reading the comments. Yeah, so that's what we're going to try to do. So Hobbs is more of like the tame. He's the more the responsible one. He's also a tiger, so they give him some cat-like qualities too. What else? How would you guys describe him to anybody that doesn't know? Calvin, on the other hand, is a crazy 6-year-old that is just rebellious. He's cantankerous. I think that's the word. Um, and he doesn't really care about being responsible, being not making a mess or anything like that. He usually gets kind of caught up in what he's doing. That's the most important thing, like a lot of 6-year-olds. Okay, so I'm looking at, I think, spaghetti and meatballs. Okay. Okay. So we're just gonna, I've never read the books. Zoe, you gotta read this book. Italian restaurant. I don't need it to be near me, but here we go. There we go. Let's type in classic. Let's see if that helps. Spaghetti and meatballs would be funny because they're so messy. Oh, that's such a good idea. Oh yeah, we could totally do the watercolors. Okay. These aren't okay. This isn't one I had in mind. It's a little bit better. Not really. Okay. Wait. I think I saw it. I was thinking something more like that. Wait, why are you saying sorry, Zoe? Oh, you haven't watched it. I know. That's unacceptable if you're a student of mine. I've actually given Calvin Hobbes comic books to some of my students. So, yeah. Okay. Let's find a good reference. This is just going to be something that oh, this will work. That can inspire us. If I mean, Bill Watterson is no longer, he retired, so he's no longer drawing them anymore. But you can go to this website that's really cool, or any like Instagram Calvin Hobbes account. I'm currently busy reading a few too many books at the moment. I haven't read the books. Oh my goodness, you guys! So Calvin Hobbes is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy to not read. That's it. Okay, so. Even though you guys don't know the characters, I gave you a little like rundown on what the characters are like. I think Calvin would be standing up here on the table, and let's see. I'm reading The Murderer's Ape, and I'm also reading Lord of the Rings. Whoa! Wow, that's intense. Okay, can you speak Elvish? Elven? I'm reading them soon. Don't worry. Okay, good. They're good to I kind of liked reading them where they have on GoComics.com. They have They have like a comic of the day, and they change it. And sometimes like if it's like a series where it's like the story connects, they'll do them in order, which is really nice. And that'll be and even if you just read like one a day, kind of like how they had them, excuse me, in the newspapers. That could be a fun way to read them again. Actually, not sure if that's how his hair looks. I can't find my dot, so I don't know how to end this. Okay, there we go. Let's just start over. Okay. But I am writing a book about elves. Ooh, maybe I should try learning the. Yeah, I wonder if there's Duolingo for Elven. Um, okay. Okay, so Calvin is definitely going to be up, standing on the table. What should he be doing with his hands? I feel like if it was pizza, wait, would pizza work too? Because pizza could be messy, and I feel like he would be like throwing it up in the air, and it could be like. Let me know what you guys think about that idea. I feel like his hair is pretty high. We'll lower it a little bit. All right, let's see. I love that you guys read so much. It's awesome. I think it's crazy. Just like putting words on paper, you can get sucked into like a different universe. Cool. All right. And part of what makes them funny is like their interaction with each other, obviously. So we're gonna try to incorporate something that like maybe Hobbs is like stirring the bowl right here. Um, and and while he's stirring it, Calvin dropped like one of the pizza the dough things on his head. Oh, nice. Oh, with like minds right there, Zoe. Like minds. Um, there we go. Cool. I think Hobbs is just a little bit too big in this picture, so I'm gonna make him smaller. There we go. So now that after we got the rough sketch down, you know what? I'll do a new layer. I'll do inking. And I think this one we can do a cooler brush because Bill Watterson always uses a great brush. Not that one. What do you guys have a favorite inking brush? I think Tinderbox was maybe pretty cool. Yeah, that might work. I'm like totally botching up his hair right now. I don't know why I can't get it right. I think it's because I haven't drawn him in a while. I kind of like forgot what he looks like. There we go. Oh, they're like that, right? Yeah. What's the amulet about? Hadassah. Oops, no, I lost. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, what I always liked about Calvin Hobbes comics too is that he didn't really care about changing the style. Like, for the eyes and stuff, like he would sometimes change how he drew them depending on the expression that he was trying to like capture with Calvin. Okay, let's draw Hobbes. Poor Hobbes. I feel like Hobbes would actually be trying to retaliate in some way. Um, what do you guys think? Is there anything we can do to make Hobbes retaliate? I feel like his character would be mad. I have an idea. Here we go. This is a classic Hobbes look too. Nope, not that one. Well, he's about to have fun because he's about to get Calvin back. Watch this. Because I think that's what's fun about the characters is that Hobbs doesn't just take it. He definitely does let Calvin like talk and ramble and stuff without really stopping him. But I don't know what's he gonna do. But I think the thing that we really like about their interaction the most is when they like get into arguments and they start fighting. So this would be the start of like a story about them like destroying the kitchen. And then that would be kind of cool too because they always like they always Calvin has such a good imagination. He ends up like imagining that like dinosaurs are chasing him or something like that, and I think this would be funny to be like he's like thinks he's in like a war zone and like missiles are getting like he's like a soldier or whatever, and missiles are getting fired and like bombs and stuff like that are getting thrown at him, and really it's just Hobbs throwing like spoonfuls of spaghetti sauce at him. My hands just I don't know if it's this new brush or like my hands just don't want to do the sketchy line. You know what? It is time to do karate break too soon. So, and of course we could do backgrounds a different day, but just to lay in. This is the tinderbox under inking. I like it. It's got like the grittiness that Bill Watterson uses. Although I know he uses a bunch of different brushes too, or when he did. There we go. And we'll just add some more color in here. I use the watercolor detail. These are the Max. Oh yeah, he used the paces as a shield. That would be a great fight, honestly. Let's do some more colors. Calvin's arms only go up to his sleeves, not further out. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Oh my goodness, what did I do to these arms? I didn't even notice. Good catch, Damien. Thank you. Let me fix that up right now before we ink it. So this. It's gonna go like this. Watch this. That looks a little bit better. Kitchen is a mess in my drawing. Oh yes, it definitely should be a mess in your drawing. Let's go back to the watercolors. We'll throw in some colors for Calvin and Hobbes. I still don't know why it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't look like Calvin, but whatever. We can always fix it up later. Oh, and then the sauce for Hobbes, of course. All right. Cool. Okay, so here's one example of how we can have these characters interacting. We had that. There we go. Yeah, and yeah, and it's important, like we said, like it adds so much more compared to our original drawing where we just had Hobbes just kind of sitting there angry. Like if we get into the mindset of this character, we know that he wouldn't just be doing that, so he'd be wanting to like retaliate and stuff. So, yeah, so I like how that came out. We're gonna do one more drawing, but first let's do some karate. All right. It's pretty hot, so make sure you guys are drinking your water. Let's see. Yeah, we can do that. All right. I'm gonna leave these on the side, that way you guys can still see. Whew, it's hot though. Is this camera better than? I don't know. Do you guys like being able to see the words and stuff of the attacks that we're gonna do? Let's do that. We'll figure it out. Or you know what I can do? Let's try this really quick. I'm gonna do a change up live right now. Okay. Double Noah. Yeah, I don't know what I just did there. Okay. Let's just do this. Let me know if you guys do want to see the words. I can go back to it later, where we can see them right here. Okay, ready. Sensei says, whew. Okay, before we do it, oh man, I'm already sweating. Let's stretch out our arms. Stretch out your arm to the left. Stretch your arm to the right. Okay, good. Pull your elbows down from the top. Good. To finish my drawing, Dean is doing karate. All right, Hadassah. But I encourage you to at least get up, drink some water, and then sit back down or something like that. Damon wants to see the words. Okay, you guys do want to see the words. Great. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to figure this out. Okay. There we go. Oh, we did it. That was all I had to do. Okay, I figured it out. Okay, now you can still see me pretty big, but you can still see the words in the background. So we're going to start with kicks, then we're going to go to blocks, then we're going to go to attacks and hear all the attacks. And then behind me it just says Sensei Says, so you guys don't need to see that. I feel like I'm like a newscaster trying to like be like, here it is, here it is. I just figure out how they do it. Okay. Okay, last stretch too. Let's just pull back your fingers a little bit. There you go, just like that. And that'll help you stretch out the tendons in your arms. Good. Okay. And here we go for Sensei Says. Ready? Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Make sure you hold up your hands when you're doing this stuff. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. The reason you hold up your hands, just so that you protect your face whenever you're doing something else. Okay. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says with your right foot, do a front kick, side kick, back kick. Sensei says with your left foot, do a front kick, side kick, back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick, back kick. Did I get you with the back kick? I didn't say Sensei says. I have a feeling I got somebody out with that one. I just like had that feeling. I felt like it was very sneaky. Dang, water is good. Okay. Let's add in the blocks right here. Can we do Sensei says rising block, Sensei says cross block, Sensei says middle block, Sensei says down block, Sensei says parry, Sensei says parry. I got Damien out. I knew I got somebody out. Okay. It's okay. Come back in this round. Ready? Sensei says cross block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says cross block. It's Bella. Sensei says rising block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says parry. 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 Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says parry. Sensei says parry. Parry. Did I get what you with the parry? Third parry? Alright. Are you guys ready for round 3? Okay, here we go. We're going to do attacks too, which are right here. We have straight punch, spear hand, heel palm, hammer fist, back fist, shuto, ridge hand, and vertical fist. Okay. He's still, you never get out. Oh, he's still in. Alright, Isabella. This is the one where I get you out. Here we go. Okay. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says cross block. Dang, you're funny. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says shuto. Sensei says shuto. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says shuto. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says vertical fist. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says rising block. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says parry. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says shuto. Sensei says shuto. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says hammer fist. Spear hand. Did I get you with the spear hand? I feel like that wasn't even as hard as I've gone before, so I'd be surprised if I got somebody out with that one. But then again, I've got Damien out twice already, so. Damien, did you make it through the final round? Let me know. Okay. Let's just go back to our last. Now we're going to cool down for a little bit, and we'll go. Ow, just dropped my iPad on my finger. What the heck? There we go. Okay. We're going to do a whole slew of characters. I don't know what I was thinking when I came up with these titles. Oh, still in, Isabella. All right. Very nice job. Our characters we're going to do a slew of is going to be the Peanuts characters. These guys are amazing. Oh, you're so close to getting out. Charles Schultz designed these characters. There's Charlie Brown. There's Lucy. There's... what's What's the bird's name? I'm totally blanking. There's. Oh, and I called his sister Lucy. Oh my goodness, I don't even know them that well. Caps lock that. I was so close to well, we have Linus, and we have Pepper Patty, and we have Schroeder playing on the piano, and we have Pigpen, who's always dirty. Um, is it Macy with the glasses? Or are they called Peanuts? Oh, I actually just looked this up. Okay, so when this time, some people thought it was because they kind of looked like the shape of peanuts, but woodchuck. Thank you, Zoe. But it was apparently the reason that was what they called kids at the time, kind of like the peanut gallery, and so peanuts were what they called kids at the time. So it's just like a nickname for a group of kids. I believe that's why they were called that. That's what I looked up. Anyway, let's draw them. Give me some scenarios. I was thinking, I found one, it would be really funny. So I found this one of all of them in like their hospital gear, like their scrubs. And I was thinking it'd be really funny to draw them all like doing virtual school online and what that would look like. So I think it would be cool to have them in a classroom together. That way they could really be interacting. But then also like, is Pigpen, would he be wearing a mask, or would he have like 3 masks on because he's like just extra dirty, and he's just like wrapped up, yeah, I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. Let's just start by sketching something out. I'm going to keep that up there just for reference, and I should know what a classroom looks like, but I'm gonna look up exactly a Peanuts classroom and see how they do it. But I want to be able to see more than just 2 of them, so. Oh, perfect. We'll just do that. We'll drop that guy in there, make him nice and big. Okay. We'll lighten that up. And what I liked about, okay, so for this brush, I'm going to just go for it, and we're going to use maybe a gel pen. Let me see if this one works. Yeah, perfect. Okay, look at it. You get the thickness and the thin, but it also gets a lot of the waviness. And Charles Schultz has said that he draws the lines, like the kind of very squiggly lines like that. This is interesting. The harder you press down, the lighter it gets. Very interesting. He draws them squiggly lines because he was like, Charlie Brown is such like a nervous kind of like sensitive guy, and so he wanted the lines to feel like nervous and sensitive too. So that's why you can kind of have these like crazy like squiggly lines. Okay, so look, they have the characters here already. We're going to let's just draw right over it, and but instead we're going to add whatever it is, and I think we're going to make this guy right here. This guy will be Pigpen, just so we know. All right, so I feel like let's start with Mr. Linus. Linus would definitely be following the rules. I feel like he's a pretty goody-goody. Okay. Guys, what are your suggestions? Drawing them with his blanket, drawing with his blanket. Is he wrapping the blanket around his face like a mask? Is that how he's going to be using his blanket? Let's see. I think he should definitely have like an exasperated look on his face. He has to be nervous with the whole COVID thing. I know, right? Totally nervous. that's why I do that. Okay. What do we say? Right? Draw with the blanket. He's holding a blanket over his face, like it's a gas mask. Oops, that was eraser. Still getting the hang of this brush. It actually might work for the benefit. Okay. While I'm finishing up drawing Linus, let's try Charlie Brown. What would Charlie Brown be doing? I feel like he would be. He'd probably have it. Honestly, Charlie Brown would get COVID for sure. Not that I'm trying to joke about anybody catching COVID. I know it's serious, but I feel like that would be a very Charlie Brown thing to do. Oh, like it's got a zigzag on it. That would be a really funny expression too. Okay, perfect. Nice. Wait, does Linus have a Calvin and Hobbes shirt? Yellow with the black zigzag. Perfect. I always saw that and wondered. It's interesting that they have the same shirt, but maybe that's just a style that kind of hurt me because I've seen it on Big Nate too. Oh yeah, I mean it's a pretty easy design to do, having your character just have stripes on them. You just don't care about COVID and be like, LOL, no. That's got to be Pigpen then, right? He's always the dirty one. Oh, Peppermint Patty, that's her. Oh, that's true. Because she's always wearing like, okay, she's right there too. Okay. Okay, let me just finish up Linus's body. Okay. Oh, his eyes are a little bit more roundish. That's a good idea. Yo, if you guys, somebody needs to make these. The Charlie Brown masks. Draw permanent Patty sleeping. Draw sleeping at her desk with her head flopped back. Oh, good idea. Perfect. Okay. Chuck. I always love that Peppermint Patty called Charlie Brown Chuck. I feel like he probably secretly hated it, but would never say that to her. Just because he's Charlie Brown. What is going on with his body? That's just all that was just terrible. Okay. Let's try this again. This brush is so tricky to use because when you press down harder, it actually gets thinner. I know I've said that, but that looks like Charlie Brown. Oh, it looks like his teeth. That's true. We will fix that when we add the color. I think that'll help. Oh my god, that's so funny. It totally does look like his teeth. How are we doing on time? Ooh, we're like done. Okay, hold on. Guys, okay, I'm gonna draw Peppermint Patty, knocked out, sleeping. I'm gonna do Pigpen. What should Pigpen be and what should Lucy be? Lucy's gotta be screaming at other people to wear masks, right? And any thoughts for... We'll do Lucy. Lucy will be right here. Obviously, she'll be screaming at people. And then this will be Pigpen right here. And he can be just like squirting hand sanitizer on his hand. And like trying to clean his hands. And not working. What do you guys think? I don't know if that will read well for a comic strip. Okay. Let me know in the comments what you guys got. Have her screaming at the others, but she isn't wearing her mask. I know that I've literally seen people do that where it's like they take off their masks to scream at people not to wear masks. It's hanging off your ear. Perfect. Okay, I like that. What about Pigpen? Pigpen, I feel like should he... I don't know. We'll think about it. Here we go. Our morning mail comes from our star student, Hadassah. She drew these amazing drawings from The Mandalorian. Wait, have him with like a mountain of hand sanitizer. Okay, perfect, yeah. Like he has all the hand sanitizer bottles. I think that'll read, yeah. That's a good one, Zoe. But check out, let me get out of the way here. Okay, mountain of hand sanitizer. Good, I like that idea. Okay, check these out. These are amazing, Hadassah. Really nice job. I love how you did the shines and everything. The colors are just, and you blocked in. You know what some people, and I don't know if you did this for this one, but like for right here, let me see. My finger can't go up. But this part right here, when you color them, how are you getting these sharp lines? Because a lot of people I know, they use the lasso tool, which is just like, you do like the ants line where you select a space, and you can do that, right? These are so good. And they block in shapes like that where they like, here, I'm just going to show you really quick on the iPad. I know we're over, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Here, this is the tool right here. So you can use either, yeah, you can use it like this. So what's cool about on Procreate is that you can either draw the line like this and drop the color in, or you can like tap and then you get like straight lines like this, and then you can drop the color. Like that. And you can even do I feel like that would be a really cool technique for you to use for yours. There we go. For like just blocking in really big shapes. I've definitely seen a lot of artists do that, and it might help you a little bit. Oh, you do use the lasso tool. Okay, great. Perfect. Challenge of the day then. By the way, thank you, Hadassah. That was really cool. If any of you have drawings that you want to submit, just send them in. Doesn't matter what they are. Give me a little, like a blurb or like a backstory so I can include it in the letter too if you want. Of just like why you drew those pictures or like what you like that you used a lasso tool or something like that you're trying a new technique, I would love to hear about it. And I think that would be really cool. It would help everybody else in the chat like learn more about how you go about drawing. Challenge of the day is draw yourself in various poses doing different things you do in a room in your home. I know that they did this for Rapunzel or for Tangled. Claire Keane, she was doing a lot of the concept art. You can check it out. You just do Google like Claire Keane Tangled, and she recorded herself just like singing in her apartment. She like was like dancing, like just like painting, playing with her hair and stuff. And that's where they got a lot of the ideas for Tangled and what she would do in her castle all by herself or her tower. Submit your drawings by Hadassah. Drawings to be featured on the next episode. Thumbs up and subscribe. Hadassah, before you go, thumbs up and subscribe to the video. If you want to help support, there's a donation link too. It's just the one link that's there. And then let me know what we should draw next. Next week, we're going to be rediscovering Greek mythology. I think somebody recommended a manticore and some fairies. So we're going to be drawing all of that next week. And I will see you guys later then. Okay. Bye.